Things just took a major turn for the Los Angeles Lakers. We have multiple huge Lakers updates to go over today, including one update that has fans fired up. We're to break that down and discuss what it means going forward as the Lakers prepare for the biggest game of the season. Stay tuned for all that in this episode, folks. Before we get into it, if you're a part of the percentage who aren't subscribed to the channel, this is the place to be for daily Lakers content. Your guys' support has been unbelievable. And if you want to help us towards our big goal of 20,000 subscribers, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys again for your continued support. Ladies and gentlemen, today's the day. We are entering potentially the final game of the year for the Lakers. Hopefully they can take care of business. That's the goal. But we have a bunch of updates to go over today, including one that is not only surprising, but has the fan base split a little bit here and also a little bit fired up. We'll dive right into it. We have some comments as well from Reaves and some of the other players we'll dive into later. But I want to start with this. So a new injury report has come out and everybody's healthy, which also means that LeBron James is off of the injury report. He's not probable or anything like that. So he's going to be playing in game number 5. And you can see this here. Maxi Kleber, right foot surgery recovery is questionable. And for the first time as a Los Angeles Laker, Maxi Kleber is not out. He's not doubtful. He is questionable for the game tonight. And this is extremely interesting for a multitude of reasons. Now, one, is Maxi Kleber going to change the look of the team? Is he even going to play tonight? We don't know. There is a good chance that he, doesn't play because of his injury, but at the same time, the Lakers do need a center. They absolutely need a center. And of course, there's a joke going around saying the Lakers are now going to win in 7 because Maxi Kleber's back. Jokes aside, he would be better than some of the options they have right now. He can stretch the floor. He's a veteran. He's played in the playoffs before. He knows his role probably more than a guy like, obviously, Alex Len. Jackson Hayes hasn't been good this postseason at all. So, J.J. Redick has faith in him. They could throw him into the fire. But it is a very interesting thing that they, list him as questionable in potentially the last game of the season. And that's, of course, probably the biggest. He's not an X factor by any means. And there's a good chance that even if he was healthy, they don't play him because they're going to be rocking the, 5-man lineup. But at the same time, J.J. Redick did come out yesterday, and Akeshi had a video on it saying that he is considering many lineup changes ahead of tonight's game. And obviously, we won't know those until closer to game time. But to see that Maxi Kleber is questionable is extremely, it's interesting at the very least. And didn't have a great past couple years, but he's just 3 years removed from averaging 7.1 points a game and being a 6-man of the year, finalist, I guess, or just a very good player, right? And it's interesting. Now, as you start to actually look at it from, a macro perspective, it probably won't change the outcome of this series. You need Luka, you need LeBron to play well in order to win this series. They've been playing okay. You need the supporting cast to play a lot better. Guys like Dorian Finney-Smith, guys like Hachimura, who had a good game last time. Guys like Austin Reaves, who we'll dive into now in a minute. Those are the guys that need to play well. Less, bringing in some reinforcements like Maxi Kleber. The center position reinforcements are going to come in the offseason. Those rumors will start to heat up as soon as the regular season ends, or the postseason ends, which could be hopefully not tonight, but as soon as tonight. But let's dive into some of the comments from the players here. And we'll dive back into that update again in a minute here. So Luka Doncic says he feels confident going into game 5. Now, the team is down 3-1. You have a rookie coach. There's a lot of things against the Lakers here. And obviously, all of us as Lakers fans, maybe a little bit delusional when they traded for Luka, thinking, hey, we can win it this year, all these different things. They only had 3 or so months to gain chemistry. You have a rookie coach who's never coached in the playoffs before. You have no true center. You weren't able to acquire one. You tried to get Mark Williams to put them over the top. Wasn't possible. There's been flashes this year of them playing well. Obviously, there's the concern of LeBron James' age and all these things. But at the end of the day, this probably isn't this isn't the best version of the Lakers. I think next year and the years beyond are going to be, especially next year, the telling points for Luka Doncic and, of course, whether he gets extended. But he says he feels confident going into game 5, and that seems to be the sentiment around the team. If you're going to come back, if there's going to be a team that comes back from a 3-1 deficit, it's going to be a LeBron James team. It's going to be a team with Luka Doncic and LeBron James. Like, those guys can win you a game any night, every single night. And I think ultimately, I still have a lot of faith in them winning this series. And maybe that's delusional. Maybe that's just our Lakers fandom, my Lakers fandom taking over. I have full confidence this team is going to be able to come back from this deficit. And it's not going to be because of Maxi Kleber. It's going to be because of the supporting cast. And that includes Austin Reaves, who describes the offensive discipline and attentiveness that Lakers played with in the third quarter in game 4, when the Lakers scored 36 points on 60% shooting, as the standard for how they should execute the rest of the series. And if we look at game 4 in the third quarter, they had a crazy push, right? They almost won the game and stole the game, but it was thanks to a lot of different, things. Moving the ball is the biggest thing with this team. Obviously, you have Luka Doncic, you have Austin Reaves, you have LeBron James. The ball can get very stagnant at times just because of the amount of ball handlers that you have. You need to move the ball. You need to be able to execute the plays that are being, executed. And we think about the Luka Doncic trip in last game, and then, the inbound that was turned over. 5 seconds, all these different things. At the end of the day, the Lakers need to play better basketball. They need to execute. You need JJ Redick to execute better. I'm not going to let him off the hook. He's had a fantastic rookie season as a coach. You cannot let him off the hook, though. You need to go ahead and actually execute these plays. And at the end of the day, Austin Reaves is going to have to step up. He's not getting the ball as much as maybe you'd expect or you'd want, but that's because you have Luka Doncic and LeBron James on your team. And you can see Luka Doncic and the Lakers in the third quarter. How we played and how we shared the ball, the way we were flying around, it gives me confidence for next game. You need to do that. You need to play exactly like you did in the third quarter. We saw what the team is capable of. They're still a bit of a flawed team, but we saw what the team was capable of. You have the ability to win these games. You have two of the best basketball players in the world. Some of the best basketball. Obviously, Luka, you can put him at 1, you can put him at 3, wherever you put him. And LeBron James, still one of the best players in basketball and the best player of all time. You have the ability to win this series. It is a 3-1 deficit. They're not going to get in their head. You have a perfect team to come back from a 3-1 deficit. You just have to actually go out and do it and execute your plays properly. You can see this here from Anthony Irwin talking about the Lakers' death lineup played for offensive value, has a 106.1 offensive rating in the playoffs, a -6 net, ranks dead last in the playoffs for lineups. It's not working. And Anthony Irwin comes out and says, I just keep coming back to the Lakers, turning LeBron into the spot-up shooter and Austin into a three-point specialist. They're both so much more dynamic, and they've been in the series, and not getting reps to get more creative in the regular season is really biting them now. It's an interesting point. And this is something we're obviously going to be keeping an eye out on if they end up losing the series, is what could have been done in the regular season, what, if we're going to the lineups, could have been done from JJ Redick, where can they fill holes, all those different things. Everything's going to be scrutinized. And in the playoffs, everything is scrutinized 100 times more than in the regular season. And that's rightfully so. These are the games that matters. And this is why you play in the regular season to get ready for the playoffs and obviously get your seeding and all these different things. The death lineup's not working. And that's why they're going to, of course, be open to changes. But the biggest changes they can make at the end of the day, utilizing the players they have better. And at the end of the day, just having, the players play better. Like, you have Minnesota, they're coming out, they're playing together. Mike Conley, who I said before the series, I had Lakers in 5 or 6. That was going to be one of the biggest issues defensively. He's been playing good defensive ball, former defensive player of the year finalist, or something like that way back in the grid era of Memphis. But it's just a very interesting time to be a Lakers fan right now. So many moving pieces. You have Maxi Kleber coming back, who again, or could be coming back. You look at his stats, 6th man of the year, I guess, 11th to 6th man of the year voting. He could be a useful piece, but he's not going to be the reason you go out and you win game 5. It's going to be everybody else. It's going to be a change in strategy, a change in everything. Jared Vanderbilt, who we discussed, I covered this article before the series started about how it could be the difference. He hasn't been. They haven't been using him. And Austin Reaves particularly needs to step up. They also need to do a better job of getting him the ball instead of making both him and LeBron spot up. So let me know down below what your thoughts are. A ton of different things coming out here, and it's going to be an interesting next few days, including the game tonight. We're going to keep you up to date with all the latest news. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.